Ah, here we go, Ah, yes, yes. And you can see here we got the fresh mozzarella on top of the scenery here, and we got the little rack and on the top of here, and then you go wee with the train around. Yeah. It's just Stefano, I got a question for you. What is this? That's it. Oh, it's a scenic diorama. That's right, scenic diorama. No, this is fresh mozzarella. We're going to get the other stuff later. I get the fresh parsley and the garlic and stuff. Anyway, welcome to part 3 as we build this scenic diorama. Hey, Stefano, we gotta make a known as the chicken parmesan. Alright, so you can see here, these are the same kind of rocks, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to break these up in a couple of pieces, and we're going to lay these across the rock cut. And these are just molds made from hydrocal, and they're from the Woodland Scenics rock molds. And this is what my friend Darius used on his old layout, and well, was going to use on his old layout, so we're going to use it on here instead. So let's put them up.
Well, like Giuseppe said, welcome to part 3 of the Scenic Diorama build. And as you can see here, we're going to show you the steps on how we got to this state with all this rock molds being installed and built onto this diorama. So let's get started with the video.
Alright, so I had a few videos already done, but somehow the film has not transferred over to the computer. It became an error. I don't know. Something weird with technology. But anyway, we are going to continue here. I do have 2 rock molds that are up, as you can see. Now, I don't know if the other video has it or not, but this is what we got so far. And so I have the cold trestle. The base of the cold trestle is where this line is at right here. I don't know, this looks like a band-aid. I did add the on each side the plaster cloth, so that's good to go. I did make another stew of plaster, and so what we're going to do is that since the base is going to be here, I found these old like piers, so I thought about maybe putting this right here, right, and then having all the other rocks all around it, and then this would be all filled with trees and fallen rock and all that jazz. So let's do that first. So what I'm going to do is, what you do is, now you get these rock molds, right? They're from Woodland Scenics. You get them from all different kind of companies, but these are from Woodland Scenics. And so what I'm doing here is I'm blocking the light completely. There we go. What I'm going to be doing is actually cutting this, because I thought it looked really cool if I had this little pillar, whatever you want to call it, over here, and then have rocks underneath. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut this rock mold in half. Who says you have to use the whole rock mold, right? Make it fit to what you want to fit. And trust me, when we blend it all together, it will work out, and I'll show you how to do that. And I actually learned it from I think his name's Rich Batista, from the Black Diamond Railway, a beautiful old scale layout. He had a few DVDs on his layout. He does videography. He does, there's a lot of dust. But, okay, so there we go. That's our little piece here. All right, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna place this here like this, so, and go down here like that. And then all the rest will be rocks and all that stuff on top. So, all right, so let's get a little plaster and let's rock. Okay, so I got my little mix down here. What I'm gonna do is spray this with wet water first. Remember, it's gotta be wet, not dry water, wet water. Oh, I'm glad I have a coffee with me and it's not even working. All right, so we're gonna dip this piece here like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do, dip that. Should get a little wet there. A little more wet. There we go. If it's like not as long as it worked, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna hold it there for a second. It should cure. Oop, maybe not. All right, it's gotta go a little more. So let's wait a second. All right, so I sprayed this with water, and I got a one of these pillars here. I'm gonna take some of this nice plaster goop. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna place that on here, and we're going to place it just like that. And you want to add some more water so it gets a nice, there you go. Now it's pretty flush against that piece here. Now I'm going to hold it for a second here, so that way it should stay by itself. It's kind of heavy, and that's okay. If that's the case, we're going to go ahead and use our little piece of mold that we made here, that we cut in half. Okay, we do that. That's why it gives us a little bit of support. Okay. Do that. Hold that there. And trust me, all this is gonna blend. Doesn't look like much now, but it will get better as we go along here. Now what I do have is a bunch of these little pieces too, from all different kinds of rock molds, and so we're probably going to use this and fill this all up in different spots here. Ooh, that's a triangle. I don't know if that's going to work, but probably break this in half. If not, I have more big pieces here, and this is actually half of this here. But you can break it like a cracker. Okay, or cut it like we've been doing. I'm going to cut a piece here, and you'll see what we're going to be doing here. Oh man, I remember this old camera being filled with plaster from doing old videos, but here we're going to continue doing this. Now, I got a little piece here that I cut. I broke it in part, and try to fit it in here. I got it to fit earlier. Now I can't get it back in. Let's break this little piece here. Yeah. I got all that stuff in my mouth. Anyway. Oops. That fell down, that's okay. So we're add some more of that goop inside there, let it drop right in there. And constantly stirred this little mixture. You made a little goop. I know my hands are in the way of the camera, but you gotta do what you gotta do. That's why this thing won't fall apart. Okay, that goes in there. I like using a spoon. You can use all different, there's all different stuff you can use, but a spoon will work too. Okay, fill this up in there so it stays. And then you come back with water, and then you can spray it. Spray all the excess off. And an average spray bottle will work the best. See, it comes right off. You can see that. There it is, voila. Okay, that's on. Now, let's get some more pieces here. We gotta fill this up, don't forget. So we're gonna probably do that. That works for me. All right, before we do that, I'm gonna show you, since the camera's kind of close to this side, what I'm doing here. So we're gonna add more pieces here, add a little more goop to that. It's kind of like building brick and stone, really. And just find the pieces that fit. And see, you take the excess off, it'll drip down, and it'll adhere right to the plastic underneath the other pieces there. Okay, put that there like this. And actually, I want to add some of this goop on top of here too. Do it on top, right? And smooth it down. There we go. That evens out a little more. Okay, so if you have a piece with a little bit of sharp edges, you want to smooth them out just so they don't fit. Just smooth them out until you get it to fit. And the file will work just right for that. And it's not an expensive one either. So you don't have to buy a really super expensive one. It'll do the job. We're gonna add more water to this. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's continue over here. Nice little spray. Get some more goop on here. I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's try another spot. Make sure you keep it wet though. Actually, I'm gonna have something right here. So let me do that. With a big old rock. Okay, I'm gonna add little rocks on top of that, so I'm not really worried. So leave this clay like that. That should stay fairly well. Okay, we'll take a little bit of this here, put that in there. Fill in the gaps. All right, here we go. So this is all nice and goopy, as you can see. And I'm gonna go with my spoon. This is stuff you gotta work really fast on. So we're gonna go in between these rocks right here and just fill in the cracks like this. And constantly spray over them so that way you still get the face of the rocks, your rock molds here. There you go. All right, making some progress here. So the next step is with your spray gun, clean the inside of some of these rock molds so that way you still have some of the rock molds showing. And there you have it. So all the other parts here, they're going to be covered with more maybe different rock molds, or thinking more tree based. So they're going to have trees here and bushes covering all of this, because there's going to be foam on the left side of this, the right side of this, and they're going to go into a carved rock face. So we'll do that in another video. But guys, this so far is what we got. We're going to let this dry overnight, and we'll see what it looks like tomorrow.
Alright, so as you can see here, I did go ahead, and this will be for the next video. This is just regular acrylic paint painted on top of the hard shell, really, and all the white spots are all the rocks that we are going to be painting. And we're going to show you techniques in the next video to show you how to paint the rocks. We're going to be using probably both acrylics and the Woodland Scenics color pigments, and I think I'm going to be doing some weathering. Weathering, right? I mean, you know, TOT model weathering. I mean, you know, why not, right? So, yeah, it looks pretty good. But as you can see here, how it all blends together when you use that texture goop all in between the rock molds. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And this side right here, we're going to be filling this in with trees and stuff, and I'll show you why, and then hopefully in the next video. So guys, stay tuned. I appreciate all the support for this diorama build and all the cool stuff that's going on with the channel. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.